Hey guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectables. I'm joined by my R2-D2 mug of tea. And that can mean only one thing, that today is another review. Today we're looking at the Funko Pop Jurassic Park 25th Anniversary Dilophosaurus. Probably out of all the Jurassic Park dinosaurs so far, this is the one that I have the biggest longing for, because we haven't really seen the Dilophosaurus in any of the other movies in the flesh, apart from Jurassic Park. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this dinosaur. I really love the embellishments that they made. I think it's one dinosaur that really gets away with being adjusted from what the paleontological records of the dinosaur are, just because it makes it so cool, having that frill and spitting venom. I just thought those were very cool, naturalistic sounding features. Anyway, really cool to see this in a Funko Pop version. Number 550, if you're a collector of Funko Pops. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. On the side here, we've got Dilophosaurus. We've got a little Dilophosaurus cartoon just poking its head up. Then on the side, we've got Pop Movies, and we've got a little cartoony version of the Dilophosaurus there. Then on the back, we've got all the other figures in the wave. We've already reviewed Alan Grant, so go and check that one out. We've also done a video unboxing all of these, so I'll put a link to that down below, apart from Dennis Nedry, which we don't have yet. But very, very nice indeed. And a nice little window allowing us to see the Dilophosaurus. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this one out of the packaging. And as always, it comes in a clear protective bubble. These are available in stores right now. So probably your local collectibles store, comic book stores will have these. As well as your bigger toy stores. Rest in peace, Toys R Us. But there we go. Here is the Dilophosaurus out of the box. First impressions out of the box. I love the proportions on this guy. He's just got a really tiny body and a big head. And I know that's the whole point of Funko Pops, but it just looks really interesting when it's done with a Jurassic Park dinosaur. So I do admire that style choice. It's something that we haven't really seen apart from maybe on the Jurassic Park Junior toys. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Does it have an articulated head? No, it doesn't. So unlike Alan, it doesn't have an articulated head or arms or tail. So no articulation on this one. And to be honest, I'd kind of expect that because we've got the frill there. It'd be interesting to see if the non-frilled version had head articulation. But, you know, these really are, you know, figurines for display. So, yeah. So let's take a closer look at this guy. So starting off with the head sculpt, you can see we've got some really nice sculpted scaling detail. Some nice broad scales going on the top of the head and on the face there. I think probably the head is the most appealing part, maybe for color scheme alone. But I do feel maybe some of the paint applications could have been applied more carefully, especially these red stripes and dots. I think maybe that could have been done more artisanally, but still very nice indeed. Nice airbrushing going on along the snout. There is some overspray on the black eyes. I think that's intentional to sort of differentiate it from the other dinosaurs. I don't feel too bad about that. I think that looks okay. I think it kind of looks like a shadow part, but maybe this could have been painted matte around the outside if I were to be hypercritical. I like this dark green that's going on back here. Unfortunately, the frill is a little bit clear cut. I understand that they had to glue these parts on separately to make the non-frilled and frilled versions, so I can let them off probably because that's not going to be on display most of the time. But a very nice looking little head sculpt. It's very sort of snub-nosed, you know, they've kind of compressed what is the traditional Dilophosaurus skull and just squashed it in, and I think that's kind of cute. As we move into the torso, really nice creases and veining going on there, nicely sculpted little fingers and finger claws. Obviously this is all cartoony, so there is room for, you know, simplification and cartoonification of the sculpt, and that looks really nice, especially in the leg. I think that's a really nice, pleasant looking sculpt. I like these big bulbous scales going on the body, and then as we move into the tail, it kind of flows out into a smooth tail with a little curl at the end. So there is some nice airbrushing going on. You can see we've got this nice sandy airbrushing going on underneath. to contrast that green. So there is some variation in the color going on there. So just how big is this Dilophosaurus? If I bring in a tape measure, you're looking at about just under 4 inches, about 9-10 centimeters. And in terms of the width with the frill, you're looking at about just under 4 inches, about 9.5 centimeters. Size comparison time. Here's the recently reviewed Funko Pop Alan Grant. If you haven't seen this one, link is down below. But you can see how he scales up next to the Dilophosaur. Pretty cool. Nice little companions on the shelf. And let's swap Funko Alan with Kenner Alan so you can get an idea of just how big this Dilophosaurus is. Oh, Alan. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at the Jurassic Park 25th anniversary Funko Pop figurine, the Dilophosaurus. I think this is a nice little figure. It's one of my favorite dinosaurs in the Jurassic Park series, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite Funko Pop figures that I've seen so far. I think the paints just need a little bit of work, but the sculpt I think is really spot on. So they've done a really nice job considering what the sort of remit is of a Funko Pop figure. Okay guys, let me know, will you be picking this one up? Do you have the non-frilled version? I'd love to hear down below. In the meantime, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.